Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Into the Veil. I'm Rachel, your host, and we're going to make a second attempt at this. We came out the other night. We had a great session with Anku, but suddenly then, I don't know, we got a big flash of something over the monitor.
About 15 minutes into it, when I was watching the monitor, the entire monitor flashed white. The battery had been fully charged, and as soon as that flash happened, my battery dropped down to a fourth of its charge, and we continued on.
Yeah. But when we got back, all the video was great, but we had zero audio. So tonight, I have in my pocket a backup audio recorder, which hopefully will at least keep us from losing valuable information. So the problem with channeling is that I don't have clear recollection of the entire session. A lot of times, I probably look extremely cognizant, and I'm glad. But what happens is I remember feeling more than I remember words. So we're going to try it a different way. I do have the rods to start because we have a lot of racket going on. It's about a mile away or so. But I just want to make sure that my connection is clear. And then I'm going to try something different tonight. I have 2 copper nuggets and a silver dollar, a Morgan dollar, in fact, that I am going to try to use and see what the difference is, because the other energy that showed up when we lost the previous audio was extremely high frequency. In fact, I was getting a really high-pitched ring in my ear, my right ear, as I was also kind of in the clairaudient mode of hearing thought, which I don't remember ever experiencing before. Kenny had he could taste the electricity in the air and said that it tasted like he had pennies in his mouth. I did not experience that as much as he did. What was the other thing that happened, Ken? Oh, my hands. When we got finished, my hands, I was digging into my palms. They itched so badly, and all I can figure is it had to be the frequency that was coming through the rods. So I thought maybe if we sensed anything else going on, then it might be good to have a different grounding technique. So
at that same point that the light flashed on the screen, within 15 seconds we both heard heavy crunching and walking.
Yeah. And when I asked about it, I felt as if an energy was being escorted to where we were. The energy that came through actually had shown up months ago when we first started exploring the elemental realm. But it was, the way I was understanding it, it was actually a 6D, a 6-dimensional being. But we'll just proceed tonight. We'll see what happens and hope that our batteries don't die. All right, so we're going to start with the rods. I'm looking Anku. There you are. Do you have anything specific you'd like to say, Anku? He's jiving me, he said again. He was kind of glad when we brought the other recorder also, I think. He's smiling. He's very glad to be here. He says, he said, many of you have delightfully surprised him in that when he calls us or this a project. Good to know. That when he took it on, in fact, it feels like his role as a new elder when Mark transitioned. Mark had wanted this also and was still here when we first found them here in the woods. And that it was Mark's wish, if Anku was willing, to take on the project of, he calls it unification. Mark was very wise, but it took a while to line it up. It took a while to get all of us in the right place together. He's very happy with the results. And I'm going to ask that you forgive me if I pause, because Anku is not physically in my space right now. He is away from this location, and there's a little bit of a lag in the energetic waves. That's the best way I can explain it. It will be a sound thought. He said so many questions. So many questions. He knows there are so many rocks we haven't turned over yet, and so many things we've all thought of about them, about their beginnings, about our relationship to them. He said, with patience, I will answer all of these and more. There are some things that he has been limited about being able to answer because he does not desire to create dissension. He said there is enough dissension. He said they would have shown themselves a long time ago to many people, but that, let me make sure I'm capturing the thought correctly, just a moment. But that it becomes, he said, your human nature is to compete. He said it is what has kept you alive. a fighting spirit, determined to make it, determined to know, determined to... He shows me something like rock climbing. Determined to... It's the challenge of the impossible, he said. That's the rock climbing. It's the challenge of the impossible. But he says that is part of what we respect about you. In the true nature of who you are. But that too many take it to a damaging energy, a damaging place, where they would defeat their brother, they would conquer where there is no fight. They would, he's showing me like a sword, they would swing a sword where there is no battle. He said, you've done this for eons. I have someone behind me.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys can hear the crunching going on.
I hear him walking.
Come on up. Oh. Okay. So, I think it's so big. Junior might be with him, but we'll see. I think they're just watching.
Just gathering around.
Yeah, they're just listening. They actually value Anku's teaching a lot. When he does come through, even though he makes them toe the line a bit, they have great reverence for his the role model of who he is. He said his hope is that not only would we be able to experience them, but that they would be able to understand and experience us at a greater level. What else, Anku? He said he feels like tempting fate tonight. I have no idea where this is going, guys. Hang in there. He said, many of you ask, where are we from? And he's being a little bit, it's almost like he's heard these questions so many times that he gives me the visual in my mind of what I understand to be a broken record. Where are you from? How long have you been here? How are we related? So, he's not trying to mock us. Because he said so much has been taken from you in your histories. And although some of your histories are accurate, some of them are rearranged, is what he says. He said, if you really want to know, we were even around, he's showing me dinosaurs. They've been around for over 150 million years. He said this is going to immediately upset some of you, because some of your books would try to tell you that man has only been here maybe, he shows me 6,000 to 8,000 years. He said this is not entirely accurate. They were put here to guard gates, guard dimensions, guard portals, and to help man evolve back. What he's showing me is I'm almost seeing two pictures here. One is man evolving from, and then the other is man evolving back to. So what I feel is their job changed. Originally it was to help man evolve from a very base and survivalist energy. But man as we know it, that was born with a direct connection, if they so choose, a direct connection, he says, still needed a little assistance to get back to their birthright, to get back to who they were when they were created. And so the feeling that I have in that is when we basically got the boot from Eden, or from a very 5D existence, that they then also took on the task and the challenge of trying to bring us back into that. He speaks of giants. Giants have been around. They were some of the first on the earth. It wasn't just animals that were gigantic. And he said a lot of you are very confused about giants. That many of you assume that all giants are Nephilim. They are not. Some giants came out of bloodlines they couldn't help. And not all were terrible. Some were very terrible. Some of these they actually developed strong friendships with. Not many, but some. And for those that were honorable, for those that were good, he says, they still to this day guard where they are buried. He said Nephilim are very real. They were very real. But people are too focused on things that were. And currently should be more focused on where they are. He said, but for a few of you, your light has become huge. He shows me a stream, and it's like he shows me that it's expanding. Said some of you are afraid of your own light. Because of what it might imply. Because you might not be able to live up to some idea that actually doesn't exist. Your light is very important, and it is what is shifting. It is what is creating He gives me the word nourishment for the earth and for other realms. He said almost every life form that exists is represented on your earth. And you probably don't realize how needed you are. Anything else, Anku? Ken, any questions? He's kind of, I can feel his energy like wrapping up, you know. He's available, but he's done.
Well, once again, my battery is drained down to bottom.
Wow. Okay. So, I guess we're going to wrap this up for the moment. I'm going to try to do these a little more frequently because it looks like they might be a little bit shorter if we start having battery issues out here. Bear with me to approach all of your questions. I'm not ignoring you. It's just very hard sometimes if Anku has specific things that he would like to share to redirect him. He's grateful to all of you. And they feel your heart. And the family is responding to your heart, not just ours. Okay, so thank you, Anku. If you have any questions, of course, please do ask. My email will be in the description box as well as the About section on my channel. If you're interested in getting your own channeling session or energy reading, let me know. If you would like, please visit Arkansas Bigfoot, which is where we do most of the documentation on the physical evidence and some of the neat things that they provide us in the woods. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but if you like it, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great night. Thank you.